There's still that little you that's inside of you today. Now, what I mean is there's not actually a little you inside of your body. What I'm saying is our past childhood, our childhood experiences actually carry on over into our adulthood, our lives today. So many of our childhood experiences and thoughts and memories actually create our identity for who we are today. It actually creates what we want today. We have certain goals or dreams or ambitions because that's what the inner child wanted. The inner child always has a secret meaning behind it. And I feel like you have to really dive in and go deep with it because you have to really explore what is it that you truly want? What is it that the inner child wants? And how does it relate or correlate into the present moment, into your life today? It's like the inner child's crying for help. The inner child just wants to be accepted. The inner child maybe has a certain goal and it carries on over into today, like your career or whatever you want to pursue in life, because that's what the inner child wanted. With my story, I want to talk about it. So, growing up in high school, I was a 240-pound kid. I was overweight, I was bullied, depressed, anxious, woke up with no purpose every day, did all the bad habits, and truly, I had no reason to live. And he went through weight loss. Now, there is a reason why he decided to eventually get into weight loss. He was so depressed and caught up with his life that he had no purpose to live anymore. And at the brink moment of time, he was saved. He was made to join the wrestling team. He started doing cardio. He started eating healthier. He started to lift weights. But how does this relate to my inner child? It's because with me growing up, I was always alone. I was always wanting to be accepted by others. In elementary school, I lacked friends. I really only had like one friend growing up in not in high school, but in elementary school. I had a few friends in high school. Even in middle school, I had not really many friends either. And I look back and that inner child, the person that I was back when I was little, he was a very lonely kid. He just wanted to be accepted by others. And so how that related to my weight loss journey was he wanted to be accepted by others as well. He wanted to get skinny or wanted to get muscles and lose all the weight so he could fit in with everyone. I particularly remember that in elementary school, I never played sports. I was always like a very weak kid growing up, and my dad would always like call me weak. You're weak. You can't do anything. And then I never played sports growing up, and all the other guys in my class, literally, they all played sports. So I didn't really fit in with anyone because I was just into Nintendo and video games when I was little. Or I would just create like imaginary situations with all the figurines, all the Thomas train figures that I had growing up. So I was just a creative person, I guess. And I embraced that. There's nothing wrong with that, but mainly I just wanted to fit in. I just wanted to relate to others. I just wanted that connection with others. And so growing up from that child that was very quiet in school, that was very shy, it was a direct thing into my weight loss journey because he always wanted to make connections. And when he made connections after he lost the weight, when he went through weight loss, when he joined the wrestling team, when he made those connections, it finally clicked. It finally healed that inner child that was crying for help the whole time because he just wanted to be accepted by others. He always wanted to be accepted by others. And I don't know why I was alone in school. I mean, parents really never did much for me to go make friends. My brothers had friends, but I didn't for some particular reason. I was always alone at home, just doing nothing at most times, or sitting around and daydreaming about what's next for my life. And so that also led to me in the present moment, me not being able to, I would say, express my needs, not knowing how to express my emotions because I was a very quiet person growing up. Now, a lot of people say in my videos that I sound monotone. And with digging deep, like I said earlier in the video, with me digging deep into the past, there is a reason why I speak like this with minimum to no emotion. It's because that's how I was when I was a child. I didn't know how to express my needs to anyone or express my emotions because I was so quiet, because I was afraid of opening myself up to people. I was afraid of it. I was scared. I was scared to open up because I thought I would just be hurt. And with my story, for example, with my examples I just provided, you can really dive back deep and think, wait, I'm this because in my childhood, I was like this. Or I had this childhood experience that led me to be doing this now as my job or my career or my college degree. You have to really just go back in time and think about it and see the connections. It also relates with me joining the gym, with me starting to lift weights. I did lifting because, once again, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to get abs, which was a very materialistic thing at the time. And I didn't have a strong, grounded reason to join. But throughout time, I realized that, wait, the gym is like a therapy to me. It heals me. It brings something new into my life every day with every lifting session. And I should embrace that instead of using it towards egotistical ways. Like I was saying, I always wanted to fit in, always wanted to get stronger. And I know, in fact, with me losing weight, with me overcoming the overweight, the chubby version of myself, and joining the gym, I know that I made that inner child proud. I really do know I made him proud. And you have to make that inner child proud and stop the crying. See, another example of mine is when I turned 21. Childhood experience start to come back, especially with trying to fit in. Now that you're 21, my friends wanted me to go clubbing, finding girls, attention with others. And it just hit. It hit me one day because I'm like, wait, I'm doing the things that I don't want to do, all because I'm just trying to fit in with these people, all because I'm just trying to live the norm. And that's what my inner child wanted. He could never embrace the fact that he was different from everyone else. So he tried his best to become someone that he wasn't. That really does relate with you guys too. Don't try to become someone that you're not because of others, or you just want to fit in. It's okay to be different. It's literally okay to be different. There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it, especially with getting big in the gym. Maybe you were never masculine growing up, or your parents made you do certain things, or you had problems in your childhood. There could just so many examples of the person you are or who you were in childhood, boom, jumps back right into the present moment because he's still there in your heart. He's still there in your beating heart. Especially with me going out. That inner child came back. He's like, all right, I'm going to try to fit in. I'm going to try to make connections with people. My attention, it's all over the place because I didn't know how to keep my attention back then. I was always jumping from one thing to the other, and that carries on over. And you can't let that inner child or those cries, you can't let it keep killing you inside. You cannot let it keep killing you inside. You have to be more aware with it and internalize the inner child and realize that you can just patch it up instead of letting it keep killing you. And it's going to take a lot of work. But the positive side is that the inner child did a lot of good things for you. See, when I was growing up, I was very empathetic. I've always was nice to people. I showed good mannerisms, always listened to people, and always tried my best to not only try to fit in, but to be nice to everyone in my class and show empathy and show love to others. Love that I myself couldn't receive back when I was a child. But I tried my best to pour all that energy into others. And so that does carry on over into the present moment. In the present moment, I'm still a very empathetic person. I listen, I give advice, I tell my story, I help as many people as I can. And that's the goal with my social media as well, to help depressed, lost people join the gym, to help depressed and lost people, people that have no reason to start their fitness journeys or to lose weight. Because exercise is so meaningful, because it creates a new chapter in your life, a new thing to look towards to every single day. So the inner child has some positive aspects of it, actually, but there's actually a lot of negative things with the inner child as well that carry on over into your personality and your adulthood. And you just, like I said, have to be more aware of it. You have to internalize it and become one with it. You can't just brush it off. There's a reason you're feeling this way. There's a reason you're trying to fit in with others. There's a reason you're trying to be more egotistical, because that inner child, something that happened in your childhood, you were hurt and it led to that experience and it led to who you were today. And it just requires patching up. Like I said, it went from me being alone in school to me being alone in middle school to then me, like I was saying, becoming the 240-pound kid, embracing all those negative emotions, becoming that negative image. But I erased it and I developed a new self-identity, a new reason to live, a new purpose to live, a passion for the things that I did. Then I looked back and I realized, wait, that inner child led me to that. And it still carries on over to today. You just gotta internalize it and be aware of it and share your thoughts with it and become one with it.